Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hermitcraft server. This is Tango, and today I am joined by two amazing people. We got Azuma and Mumbo here with me. How you doing, guys?
Doing
Hello.
pretty good. I'm
Doing well.
excited.
Excellent, excellent. So today we are here for a very specific reason. We're starting a very big project here. If you look around, you'll notice we are surrounded by 4 witch huts. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is actually one of the reasons we picked this seed, because quad witch huts, good times, good times. So, you guys ready? You guys ready to do this?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm just thinking, like, the whole of the last season went by, and we never made use of the quad witch huts.
Yeah,
there.
we had
But
them there, but we never
this
got around to it.
time, yeah, this time we're gonna make the huts. But also these ones are even better than before because of the changes they made in 1.8.1. So it's going to be like having
Right.
6 of the
It is.
original witch huts, which is going to be
It
crazy.
is going to be insane. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
So, but we do have an obvious kind of dilemma here.
Yeah,
Um,
I
Notice the
noticed.
problem.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hang on. There's me. There's you, and there's Mumbo, and that's 3. But there's 4 witch huts.
Yeah.
Right. So we have a problem here.
Yeah.
How are
Do
we
you
gonna get
guys-
around that?
I think we need a 4th person.
Yeah, we're gonna need a
4th
fourth
person?
person.
So I got someone in mind.
Yeah. Who's that?
Yeah. If you're up for someone new, maybe. I got a buddy. His name is Impulse SV. You might have heard of him.
I have heard of that guy.
Yeah, you know
he
what?
makes those awesome
Have you?
Minecraft stuff.
Yeah, I've heard of him
I've
too.
heard that too. He's not too shabby. What do you say we call him in here?
I think that's a good idea. How can we get him?
Okay.
Though?
Well, we have to do this thing, all right? We have to chant his name, and I think we can actually summon him in. Wanna
That
give it a try?
sounds crazy. Let's give it a try.
I know.
It
All
sounds
right, here we go,
ridiculous, but you know, we'll give it a shot. All right.
All right.
ready? Impulse.
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 Hey!
Hey!
Hey, what's
Whoa! Wow!
What an amazing explosion of colour.
What is going on?
Wow.
That was so dramatic.
Hi.
Hello.
I heard my name being called. What's going on?
We're just standing here looking around at these witch huts, and there's 3 of us, and we kind of feel like, hey, we need a 4th person here to help us build one. Do you feel like building a witch hut?
I certainly do. That sounds amazing.
It
We heard you're
sure
up to the
does.
challenge.
Well, yes, definitely.
So, it's official then. We have a new hermit here to help us get a big project underway.
All right.
Welcome to the server, guy.
Welcome,
Thanks.
Impulse.
It's going to be awesome to have
So
you here.
glad
Have some
to be
carrots.
That's awesome because I have no food.
Excellent. This is what we eat here on Hermitcraft. Only the finest buttered carrots.
Like it already. Well, thanks for the invite.
No problem. Awesome. I'm excited and looking forward to this, and it's going to be great to have you amongst the group. You're obviously a technical Minecrafter, like well, all of us right here are the technical sorts here on the server. Do you want to let people know what you're about and
Oh, yeah,
where
yeah.
they can find you?
Definitely. My passion for Minecraft's all around automation. So get into the technical space that way and farming and all those good things. So yeah, got a YouTube channel. I'm sure if you guys are willing, put
Oh
some
yeah,
links
it's all
to
going to be linked
stuff.
down there in the description box. Go and check out
Definitely.
Impulse SV, guys. He's the newest hermit, and I guess it's kind of the perfect project then if you like automation and that kind of side of things.
Absolutely.
Because we're going to be tying all 4 of these farms together. But for now, I guess what we're going to do is just each of us in this episode, because we wanted to get it like kind of done in one go. Because 4 huts, you know, if one person sort of undertook it or we did it over time, you know, it'd be episode after episode of people building witch huts, and that'd get boring. So we all just want to bang it out and get the witch huts done, like in this episode, which is going to be fun.
So as you guys heard from that little snippet just there, Impulse SV is the newest member on Hermitcraft, and I myself am extremely excited to see what he can come up with. He's obviously a very technical Minecraft Let's Player, he's got my sort of mindset, and I'm super excited to see what content he produces, and of course, as Exuma said, links to his YouTube channel can be found down in the description if you do want to check him out. He's a fantastic chap that makes brilliant Let's Play episodes, as well as some awesome Minecraft inventions. But anyway, that is enough of that. We are going to be cracking on with the Witch Hut project in a couple of seconds, but before we do, I have got some somewhat bad news. It is not particularly brilliant. You know, in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, I was getting all excited. I thought to myself, I'm going to be getting a studio. I've finally found a place in which I can record my own videos. Well, I went there, and it was lovely. It's such a nice property, it really was very nice. But I asked the landlord before we actually met up to view the property if it had wired internet connection, and they said yes. I got there and asked about the wired internet connection, and they said, oh no, we don't have wired internet connection at all. No, you don't have that. You'd have to use one of those USB stick things. And I sort of looked at them as if to say, you've just wasted both of our times, because I can't do that. I rely on a strong internet connection, and having a USB dongle is not good enough to do high quality live streams and things. I mean, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, so that meant that, unfortunately, I don't think that property is for me, which means I'm going to have to continue looking. Sadly, I'm not moving out just yet. I'm going to have to continue looking, but it's coming in the future. I'm sure I can feel it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to gather up some resources, because to build this we're going to need 50 cauldrons, 50 comparators, 77 repeaters, 239 tripwire, 30 redstone blocks, 50 pistons, 129 sticky pistons, 24 sea lanterns, 1,718 stone slabs, 32 redstone lamps, 50 tripwire hooks, 216 stained glass, 1,102 iron blocks, and 108 redstone dust. There's quite a lot of stuff there, okay? We're going to have to do quite a lot of resource gathering right here, because I know for a fact that I don't have redstone lamps, definitely don't have that many sticky pistons. So yeah, we're going to need to gather up some of this stuff, so I'm going to crack on with that, and then I'll catch you guys in a bit. I pretty much have all of the redstone bits and pieces in this chest right now. The only thing that is missing is, of course, the redstone lamp, so we're going to have to go on a bit of a nether expedition in a couple of seconds and try and gather up those. But as you can see, it is all here, and you know what? It's not actually that bad. There's not too much. Of course, the main bulk of it, however, is the whole 1,000 blocks and the 1,500 half slabs that we're going to need to build this thing, which of course will have to go in separate chests, and I'll be transporting those over to the witch farm shortly. But anyway, that is all of the stuff that we've got. Now it is time to gather up the redstone lamps and head over there. I feel like what I'm doing right now potentially isn't the smartest thing in the world, but we are currently creating a little platform over this lava. My finger is hard pressed on the shift key. I mean, seriously, if I fall into that lava there, I am such a goner. I'm going to lose all of my stuff, and yeah, I would consider giving up. I would consider giving up. You know, I don't think I'll be able to deal with losing all my bits. But anyway, here we are. We have got a platform. Let's start gathering up the glowstone. We've got one there. We got that one as well. I'm still holding shift. I do not want to fall in the lava. We'll pick up all of this, and we should be able to get those redstone lamps in no time. Alright, so as you can see, I'm over at the quad witch huts. If you take a look in my inventory, I've got all of the resources required, including the full 32 redstone lamps that we are going to need to do this build. I finally braved it through the nether, and we managed to pick all of those up, which is absolutely excellent. Now, in terms of which hut I am going to be doing, it is going to be this one over here. That is my choice, simply because it is on land, it's a nice little location, and that should make it just a little bit easier to get it all up and running. Because here's the thing, all of the guys on here, right, all of the people who are doing these witch huts have built them before. I personally have never ever done a witch farm in Minecraft. I've never touched them, never even been near them. So this is a completely new experience for me. Obviously, all of the other hermits, they're going to be using slightly different designs than they're used to, because this is a new design that we're using with 3 floors instead of 2, but it's completely fresh. It's completely fresh for me. I've never done anything like it, so I am excited, but this is the one that we're going to be building, and I'm very excited to get going. The first blocks have gone down. Would you look at that? We are finally making progress on this little witch hut here. As you can see, I have laid out the templates for all of my spawning platforms. So all of these levels here are going to be layers in which all of the witches are going to be spawning. They're going to spawn on there, then I assume it's going to be a shifting floor that is going to push them through the floor and down into the depths so that they can die. We pick up all their items, and then we'll transport them somewhere else, linking up all of the huts. We haven't really worked that out just yet, but I can imagine this is going to be a highly efficient design. As you can see though, I haven't actually taken out the witch hut yet, and I don't have any other platform in place. This is quite simply a little guideline, so not much has been done, essentially. But now I am going to start building this properly. We're going to start working on it, and I'll give you a progress update in a couple of seconds. There hasn't been a massive change between the previous update and this one, but I just want to say that the witch hut is now gone, and we have all of the spawning platforms in place. And I thought I'd issue you guys a bit of a warning to say, if you are watching this video to see how nice I make the witch farm look, I'd suggest clicking off the video around about now, because seriously, this is not going to be a pretty build. I'm not going to be spending very long at all trying to make this place look nice. It is simply there for functionality and functionality alone, so we're not going to be doing any decorating. I might do it in the future, but for this episode, this is just going to be function, function, function. So now it is time to start wiring all of these things up. Honestly, I think this might be one of the first times I've ever had to do this when building a redstone contraption, but the game mechanic itself is actually really smart, so congratulations to JL2579 for showing me something that I could actually use in future circuits, because it makes a lot of sense. Essentially, all of these comparators will give out a 1 signal strength, which means that only this piston here will be targeted, but the way that we do that is by drinking out of these cauldrons so that they're fairly shallow. It is progress update time. As you can see, I've done all of the redstone wiring for the bottom layer of our witch farm, and I have to say I'm having a lot of fun building this thing. As you guys know, I love working in redstone in survival, not always on servers, because, you know, redstone and servers never particularly mix too well, but I'm having a lot of fun building these circuits simply because they have been designed in a really cool way, and big credit goes to JL2579 for actually building this witch farm, designing it, and doing the tutorial on YouTube. Of course, there will be links to all of that down in the description, so if you do want to build yourself one of these, then you can just head down there, click on that, and you will have all of the tools that you need to start constructing. But yeah, some of the game mechanics that he's been using are really nice. Obviously, I mentioned the cauldron stuff earlier on, but it all works perfectly, and if we take a look inside, I don't know if you can actually see this, but all of the redstone is in there. It's an entirely tileable design, which means it's exactly the same all the way across, but it works nicely. It looks like it's going to work like an absolute charm, and I'm excited to get this thing up and running. I cannot wait to see how many witches this thing is going to be killing. Alright, this whole drinking out the cauldron thing has become a little bit more annoying now that I've developed a really strange little thing in which when I fill up the water bottle, it actually switches places in my hotbar. It's so strange, I just don't know what to say. I'm having the oddest computer problems at the minute. As far as I can tell, the second layer of the witch farm is now complete. Would you look at that? We're taking a look at this through the sunset there. What a beautiful thing. But I'm happy that that is done. That is those 2 layers there done. Obviously, this level here, as you can probably tell, is completely identical to the first one, which means it was a simple copy and paste, obviously not using any cheaty tools or anything like that, but it was basically copy and paste up to the top, rebuild it all again. It was all familiar, so this time it took just slightly less time to build. But yeah, there we go. That is the second layer complete. But as you can see, we have got this middle one here. This one isn't linked up to anything, and that is what is coming next. So we're going to have to link up this middle shifting floor here. We're going to have to build this one, and then actually, our witch farm will be almost complete, which is quite impressive. Just look out over there. Look how many creepers there are just wandering around in the wild. As long as none of them get too close to my wonderful, and almost complete witch farm, I will be perfectly happy. Let's take a look around, just make sure that there's none wandering over. But anyway, yes, as you can see, we have got the third layer all done and dusted. Now, I've just spotted a little creeper head here. Let's get rid of this chap. He's gone in the water. Go on, explode. Wow, he took ages, didn't he? He was all swollen up. Finally blew up. But yeah, there we go. We have got all 3 layers of the witch farm done. Doesn't that look crazy? That looks like a crazy redstone contraption. There's a skeleton hiding underneath. This is a very dangerous area to be working in, but it looks great. I am super happy that I've managed to get it all done. The redstone is now in place. In theory, if I've built everything correctly, it should all be working fine, but we'll find that out in a couple of minutes, of course, when I chuck in all of the tripwire. But it's looking good, and I just wanted to let you guys know that the redstone wiring is now done. It's finished. It took around about, I'd say, 2.5 hours of just working on and off. Go on, explode. Good stuff. Okay, it's good that he's in the water. Not a problem for me. But yeah, it took around about 2.5 hours on and off to do all of this redstone wiring, which I would say is actually pretty good. That's not too long, and I could do that. I can do that just fine. But anyway, it is now time to crack on with some of the other bits that need doing with the witch farm. One thing that I have just realised is that we have got a lot of exposed cauldrons here, and as you know, on Hermitcraft, we suffer from a bit of a rain problem. Now, I just popped up onto this layer here, and it doesn't look like any of these cauldrons have been affected, but for those of you who don't know, cauldrons actually fill up in the rain, okay? It's a cool feature. I really like the idea of that feature, but it could be really very annoying in this design if all of these cauldrons fill up with water, because obviously that means that I've got to do the whole bottle thing, and that takes quite a long time. So yeah, it looks like it should be okay, but if you are building this yourselves, that might be something to watch out for. Don't build it in the rain, because it could mess up all of your cauldrons. So I've done some extra bits on the redstone right here. I know I just said that all of the redstone was done, but there was a tiny bit left to do, and that is all of the lighting system for the witch farm here. So this is so that you can deactivate it if you want to, and we're going to give that a test right now. So we will place down this redstone block, and we should see those lights are on, and by the look of things, both strips of those lights are on. So yeah, it looks like everything is working absolutely perfectly there. We will be able to light up the witch farm, deactivate all spawning, it will stop any witches from spawning, and that could be good. I personally don't know why you would need to use that, because obviously whenever the witch farm's running, you're getting yourself some drops, and I'd say that sounds like a pretty good thing to me, but who knows, it might be a lag busting type feature. All I know is it looks cool. I liked using the redstone lamps, and it's a fun little feature to add in. But anyway, now what we have to do is we have to put in all of the string and do the roof of the witch farm, and then we're done. Wowzers. Good news, everyone. That annoying noise that you can hear of pistons pushing blocks back and forth means that this thing is working. As you can see, I am activating the tripwire now, and we have got ourselves a floor that is shifting, and if I were to walk on those blocks, I'd actually fall through, and if we step off, it all stops. Absolutely perfect. That is what I like to see. I don't know if I would have been able to handle it if I'd built all of this and then it didn't end up working. So I'm going to continue chucking down all of this string that we have here, gradually finishing up the farm, and then we'll get it up and running. Tripwires are now in. They are all in. It's there. The farm itself, the actual physical farm, is entirely finished. I can't think of anything else that we need to add to it. Obviously, we need to do the roof. That is one thing that definitely needs doing. But anyway, if I just pop up to the top here, and I'll just quickly show you the shifting floors in action. It's probably going to be a little bit laggy because you know what servers are like and things like that. Servers and player positions just don't go particularly well. But anyway, here we go. We'll just stand on this tripwire, and as you can see, yeah, we begin to fall through the floor. It doesn't appear to be working too well, but with mobs, this is much, much better. I should actually watch out. I don't want to suffocate inside a block here. Yeah, we're really not making our way through. But trust me, the witches, they'll be right the way through the floor, making their way down the farm. But here we go. We're on floor number 2 now. Let's see if we can make it to the bottom. I hate creepers. I hate creepers so much. Oh, no. This is awful. This could be catastrophic. This could be seriously catastrophic. Where on earth is that thing that is shooting me? I can't see the skeleton. Oh, creeper blew up my chest. My supplies chest. Good grief. There's a chest down there. Right, we got it immediately. Oh my life, this is awful. This could be really bad. There's so much good stuff in there. There's loads of redstone, all the iron blocks and everything. Oh, and if a creeper comes along as well, he's going to be able to destroy all of the items. Nothing but drama. Nothing but drama. Right, all of that's in the chest. We have run out of storage space already. Let's take a look around. Where's my bed gone as well? My bed has disappeared, which means that we can't make it through the night. Oh, this is scary stuff. So much stuff is on the floor. Let me just create a chest here. You know what? We'll make 8 of them. We've made 8 chests. We should be absolutely fine. We'll chuck down the double chest there, and we'll throw in all of the items that I have in my inventory. Right, those are all in the chest, and we'll pick up all of the stuff that's on the floor. I can't believe that. Those creepers, they are like marksmen these days. They just roll up to you, turn up, completely destroy all of your stuff. My bed has been destroyed, so I really hope that I don't die out here because I will be spawning many miles away. Oh, panic over. Thank you, guys. The entire roof of our farm is now in place. As you can see, it is a pretty big area, but it is all completely spawnable. Mobs can actually spawn on this, especially in the dark, and they have been doing that, which is driving me around the bend. So what I'm doing now is I'm going along like this with all of the half slabs, and I'm placing them on top of the blocks. Now, don't ask me why I built the entire thing out of regular blocks beforehand. Yeah, I don't really know why I did that. I don't know why I didn't go straight to the half slabs, but you know what? I've been playing Minecraft for an incredibly long time today, and I suppose you have to excuse my little lapses in concentration when it comes to my brain power. Clearly not thinking straight. So that, my friends, is that. There is our witch farm. Now, there are a few other bits that do need doing. There are a few little jobs that are on the list. First things first, of course, we have got to build the hole right the way down underneath the witch farm. And I'm not 100% sure I'll be able to do that in today's episode because I'm completely pooped. Okay, that is a British term for really tired. I'm completely pooped, so I'll have to wait and see if I decide to do that one. But one thing that is fairly important around here is preventing mobs from spawning in this sort of area. Okay, so as you can see around here, it's a little bit treacherous because obviously this is cutting out all the light, and that means that mobs can actually spawn in this area. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to half slab all of the area underneath this big roof thing, or at least within around about 5 blocks of the edge, because otherwise we'll get loads of nasties everywhere and no one likes that. I have half slabbed the entire area surrounding the farm because of course this whole area is going to be constantly dark. This is never going to lighten up, and it would be a bit silly of me to build this giant farm here using all this redstone and then have loads of mobs spawning around it, which will of course decrease all of the rates. So as you can see, we have got half slabs everywhere. It almost follows the landscape. I was going to clear it all out, make it all nice and flat, but I decided to go for this design, and you know what? I actually think it looks just a little bit better, a little bit more natural than the usual way of doing things. I'll chuck down a half slab right there, but if we take a look at it from this angle over here, this gives you a pretty clear view. Yeah, that is an impressive structure. I feel quite proud that I've managed to get all of this stuff done in today's episode, and we still have one more thing to do, and I've left it to the end just because it's one of those long and boring tasks, but we need to mine a massive hole. Yes, we have got to do a pit that goes right the way down so that all of the witches can fall down there to their death. It's going to take quite a long time. I think I'm going to time-lapse this one, but let's crack on. There's no point in waiting around.
So, we did it. All 4 huts are built. It didn't really take too long, did it?
Nope, we
It's
all did
just-
them in one day, I think, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. One little session and then boom, we've got quad witch huts.
Mhm.
So my one's actually functional, but I know you two didn't put the
It was easy,
drops
yeah.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
What about you, Mumbo? Did you get the drop in?
I'm actually about to start doing the drop. In the video, I will have done the drop. I haven't done it yet. Oh, this is getting confusing. But yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
will have done.
You're in the future.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
recording this in the...
videos in the
Yeah, you know.
past. Oh. All right then. Well, I'll leave the beacon here. I've got a beacon in my ender chest. I'll drop it off here so you can make use of that. That makes it a lot quicker to dig. But what is the next step for this project?
Yeah, next step is we gotta obviously finish the drops and make each witch farm fully functional, and then we have to talk about how we want to merge the streams together. Well, we're having an interesting conversation though, because I think with quad witch huts and what they're gonna produce, like it's gonna overflow a single hopper, so we're gonna have to come up with something a little interesting with the sorting system, I think.
I think it's
Yeah,
a
it's
great
gonna
problem
be-
to have.
Yes.
Yeah.
First
Yeah,
world
problems mean solutions and fun
Yeah.
figuring
Yep.
things out. So I imagine you two are going to be taking the lead on that, right?
Probably, yep. And Bolton, I'll take care of all that.
And then I've been talking about one day, like way off in the future, once we got, ridiculous amount of drops, like making an actual perimeter and then filling in like the entire floor with redstone lamps and redstone blocks in like a massive pattern. But I was
That would
just
be
thinking,
awesome.
don't slimes spawn on them? Like in the light
Yes.
level.
Yep.
And so I think
Well-
actually, I think slime spawning in swamps obeys to different mechanics to when they spawn in a chunk. So I think the light levels, like, do you see any slimes right now?
Not currently.
No, good point. I think you're right, yeah.
But a moment ago it was nighttime and we could see them. So actually I think it's going to be okay.
Okay, good.
Never mind.
Well,
So I
that
guess
sounds
that's
good to
it.
me. Yeah.
I guess I just gotta say this was brilliant because there's no way one person was gonna build 4 witch farms. So I want to thank you guys for doing this as
Yeah.
a team, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm just so happy that we have 4 now. It's gonna be great.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Thanks for the opportunity for the project. I've never built a witch farm before, so this was like my first little build, and it was nice
Uh-huh.
to do it with you guys. So thank you ever so much.
Yeah.
No problem. Right, I'm going to sign out in dramatic style. I'll see
Are we
you
all
guys
gonna
later.
jump off? I'll see you guys later as well.
Really
Woo!
bad.
Oh, there's water.
I got 0 deaths. I'm not gonna risk it.
You might hit like a rogue lily pad. Oh.